Happy 4th of July, everyone, or I guess happy 5th of July for everyone. This is my haul video from a trip I took with my friends, so stay tuned to find out more. Hey guys, welcome into another haul video here, number 141. Hope you guys are having a great week. Hope you guys had a great holiday weekend. So as I said at the top of the video here, this haul video will be coming to you after the 4th of July weekend. So hope you guys had a great weekend spending time with family if you're in the United States, obviously. But if you're outside the United States, I just hope you had a great beginning to your month here. But yeah, anyways, we'll go ahead and get into this haul video. As I mentioned, this haul is from the comic stuff, at least is from my trip I took with my friends, which I'll kind of explain in the comic section here. But yeah, there's that. And then I also do have a couple Lego sets that I picked up over the course of the last maybe 3 weeks or so. So I'll show those off too. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into these sections here, starting as always with the comics. Alright guys, welcome into the comic book section here for haul video number 141. So as I mentioned, I did go to a couple of comic book stores here this weekend with my friends from college. So this past Saturday, we actually went and saw the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny movie. Before we did that, we did hit up a couple of stores in our local area here, a Second and Charles, and this other place called the Comics Corner, which is in Middletown, PA. So just want to plug them. That was a really great shopping experience, honestly. They're running a sale for all of their trade paperbacks and graphic novels, so I did find some stuff there that was worth my while to pick up. And then they were also having a bunch of sales on all their single issues, but definitely a great place to go and check out if you're looking at single issues for your collection. They have a crap ton of stuff there, so it was definitely worth the while for that. And then between the movie and dinner, we did swing by an Ollie's, where I did pick up one book, which I'll show here as well. But yeah, overall it was really good. It was great to catch up with my friends again. This is the first time I've seen them since, Monica and I have gotten engaged, and also since I've been in the hospital. So it was really nice just to catch up with all of them again. I didn't get a chance to go to PhillyCon with them earlier in June because I was still recovering from my surgery. But yeah, this time I was able to go and really just enjoy my time with them. And we should probably be going to Baltimore Comic Con here in October, so I'm really excited to spend more time with them shopping for stuff there as well. So that's kind of the plan. But yeah, it was great. We saw the movie. The movie was pretty mid. I had some pretty harsh reactions to it coming out of the gate right after the movie, but yeah, there's just some stuff I just didn't really like about it. But overall, it wasn't awful, wasn't great, just kind of middle of the road for me. I won't spoil anything on here, just for people who want to go and see it for themselves, but that's just kind of how I felt about it, just my very basic take there. But yeah, after that, we went to Iron Hill Brewery, so that was really good. I really liked that place. And then on the way home, my fiance and I stopped and got ice cream, and we got to see some fireworks, so that was really cool. But yeah, it's just a really great, day with my friends, and obviously a lot of stuff here to show off. But before I get to that, I do want to talk about what I've been reading, which, just no one's surprised, it should still be Attack on Titan. So I am currently on volume 26 of the series. My goal is to hopefully finish this series by the end of this week. That's a very ambitious goal. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. I spent a lot of time with friends and family this weekend, so I just didn't have a lot of time to sit down and read. I did get through, I think, 2 volumes this weekend, which, sounds like a lot, but, with the way I read these, I usually pump through maybe I think at one time there, I was getting through like 3 volumes a day. So yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I might be able to get 1 or 2 done today. Just have a lot of stuff to do around the apartment here, cleaning and stuff like that. But yeah, that's where I'm at. We've kind of, I guess, just not really to spoil it, but just to kind of explain where I'm at right now, the series, we've shifted to the kind of Eldian Marley arc with basically them explaining the whole backstory of Raynor and how he, basically infiltrated the Paradise Island with the Eldians, like from the inside, just to take them down with the Titan powers. So, and right now I'm on the arc where Eren and his group, with Mikasa, Armin, Corey, Sasha, all those people, or I think it's Corrin, I'm not sure, one of those. They're all infiltrating Marley, I guess, and they're basically destroyed like this guy named Tibur. They basically killed him during the middle of his speech, and so it's really interesting. It's really cool to see kind of how, like, and I think we've had a time jump too, because Eren and everyone else is like a little bit older. So yeah, that's the only complaint I kind of have with the manga, is there's a lot of time jumping back and forth, and obviously I guess the way that manga is formatted, it really doesn't explain that well. Like, you kind of just have to go with it and realize, oh, this is Raynor, back when he was a child, or this is Eren, like 5 years in the future. So we've had a time jump. So it's a little confusing in that area, but once you kind of understand it, you're good to go. And I think they do a good job explaining it, like in the beginning part, like they explain all the characters. So any volume you're starting, obviously you want to read them in order, but if you haven't read it in a while, they do a good job explaining each character that you're going to see in the book, and kind of what their role is. So but yeah, I'm really, really excited here. I'm really curious how this series is going to end. It seems like there's going to be this massive war that's going to start now between Marley and Eldian people. So I don't know how that's going to go down, but I'm sure that's going to take up a lot of these volumes towards the end here. So, but yeah, it's really crazy to think that, like, basically another group of people were sending these Titans towards this group to basically destroy them and get rid of them. So it's kind of screwed up, but I guess that's the intrigue of this book. But yeah, anyways, that's my little rant here on Attack on Titan. So we'll go ahead and get into this haul here. So a lot of trade paperbacks and hardcovers and stuff like that. I did pick up some single issues, so I did grab Iron Man 75 here. This was one issue that I just didn't have in my collection, so I got this for $6, which I think is a pretty good deal for an issue this low in the numbering for Iron Man Volume 1. And it's fairly good condition here. The enemy here is the Black Llama, so definitely not the best. This is not the best era of Iron Man, obviously, but I do remember reading this. I remember I brought all these like essential volumes down to the beach one year, and essentially read through them all that week. I think I finished all of them in 1 week. So, but yeah, this is just some classic Iron Man stuff that has a soft spot for me. A lot of times I've noticed, when I think of a book or something I've read in my collection, I always think back to the time period of when I was reading it and just where I was in my life. And obviously this was kind of at the very beginning of my reintroduction back into comics. This was a couple months post PhillyCon 2016. That's when I kind of first got back into reading comics full time again. And I just have a soft spot for this era. I mean, obviously Iron Man's my favorite character too, so there's that as well. But yeah, really cool to grab that for the collection there. All right, and then the next little chunk of books here I got was something that my friends recommended for me to get, and I thought, with the movie we were gonna go see being very timely, I went ahead and picked it up, and that is the 3-issue miniseries of the Raiders of the Lost Ark movie adaptation. So yeah, I don't think this is collected in any paperback. If it is, I'll definitely see if I can try to hunt it down. There's a lot of Indiana Jones like omnibus, but like they're super out of print. I wish, hopefully with this new movie out here, I hope that maybe that will make Marvel reprint some stuff, or I don't know how that works, but yeah, this is the it's 3 issues, which I think is interesting. Usually a lot of miniseries back in this time were either 4 or 6 issues, so it's interesting that they only did it in 3, but I'd be really interested to read this at some point, you know, and see how this is. This looks like it's from like the maybe early 80s, I want to say, because I remember this motorcycle bike promotion was going on around that time. So yeah, really neat, really cool. And what's nice, I got both of those from Comics Corner, and like he definitely made a really good deal for us. Like, you know, he added up all the stuff I was buying and took off some money off the top, which I thought was really generous. So yeah, really good guy that was working there. All right, here, moving into some stuff I got Second and Charles. Got this book. My friend was actually going to pick it up, and I think he passed on it. Yeah, he's just looking at a stack and kind of seeing what he wanted to get. And that book is the Batman City or Night of the Monster Men. So reason why I bought this is because this does fill in a gap of Nightwing and Batman stuff from the Rebirth era that I don't have. And reason for that, obviously, is because this was a tie-in crossover event, so they took it out of the volumes of Tom King's Batman and the Nightwing Rebirth stuff. So this kind of stands on its own a little bit, but wanted to grab this just so I can read this and kind of enjoy it along with all the other Tom King Batman stuff as well. This is, you know, you have Steve Orlando, Tom King, Tim Seeley, James Tynion. So, you know, you have a bunch of writers kind of doing these issues here, but yeah, I'm really excited to read this. I still have a couple volumes of Batman from Tom King I left to get. I have to get volume 8, and then I have 9. I have to get 10 and up. I think there's like maybe 3 or 4 more volumes after that. So I'll be on the hunt for that. You know, we'll see if they show up, turn up somewhere. Fingers crossed. But yeah, really cool to get this for a decent price here. All right, so I'll put that down there. And the one book I did get at Ollie's from the recommendation of my friends was Batman Creature of the Night by Kurt Busiek and John Paul Leon. So yeah, this is really cool. They told me this is kind of a spiritual follow-up to I am blanking on the book, but yeah, this is kind of like a, I mean, obviously Kurt Busiek has my interest, or you know, has my interest. Obviously I really like his writing, but yeah, I'm having a blank on what this, they told me this kind of was a follow-up to. But yeah, got this for $7 at Ollie's, which I thought was a pretty good deal. Cover price on this is $30 for this paperback, so I guess DC's not immune as well to price hikes for their books. So yeah, got that for a decent price, which I thought was pretty cool. This next book, my friends talked me into getting, and that is Cable Nemesis Contract. This has Cable, the 1993 series, numbers 59 through 70, as well as annual 99, and X-Men, numbers 45 through 47. So he told me that, you know, a lot of this stuff is kind of worth exploring because there is an artist in here that kind of draws like Kirby. So he said, you know, I might like that, but overall, just some really nice 90s action here. You know, we're kind of getting into the era here where art is starting to be colored digitally, so you can kind of see that here with Mr. Sinister. So yeah, I'm interested in this. Obviously, like, I haven't gotten to the era yet where Cable is showing up in like New Mutants, and obviously has a baby in X-Men. So you know, I'm interested to see kind of what this is all about. This is $10, so I thought that was a pretty good deal for this thick paperback here. But I'm sure that once I read that era, I might try to jump to this and read this too, just to kind of get some more backstory on him. See if I can find some. Yeah, so you can kind of see here, you know, that artist that my friend was telling me about, that kind of looks like, you know, kind of is making his art look a little bit like Kirby there. You got some Kirby crackle going on. So yeah, we'll give this a shot. This is not something I normally would pick up, but you know, my friend recommended it, so wasn't gonna turn that down. All right, a thin paperback that I picked up at that Comics Corner place was Colossus God's Country. This is kind of just like a little mini series with Colossus, or I guess like a graphic novel, whatever you want to call it. You know, obviously we know that he's from Russia, and kind of curious to see what this is all about. I have seen this come across, you know, a little bit. I think there's a thicker paperback of this too that you can get that has some other stuff in it, but this is just the original paperback. So went ahead and grabbed this. I'll definitely throw this in with my X-Men stuff, but yeah, really need to pick this up. This was really cheap actually too, because this was only $7, and I got it for I think 30 or 40% off of that, so not a bad price at all for this, to be honest. You can see there the spines, so yeah, pretty neat. Got that for a decent price there. I might read that soon actually. It's just a very quick read to sit down and go through. All right, so coming off the hype of my last readathon that I did with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff and all the Nick Fury things, I did pick up another book of Nick Fury's called Nick Fury Peacemaker. And this is, I think, one of a few paperbacks, miniseries that Garth Ennis did for the character. I'm pretty sure, he also did Fury. There's also a Fury Max book that came out that he also wrote or drew. I'm not sure. But yeah, I believe this is illustrating Fury's time in the war. I don't know if this is, you know, having him still be from World War II. Yeah, I think this is still like setting him in that time period of World War II, which I think is interesting because, you know, I know with a lot of these other characters, like Punisher, he was originally a Vietnam War vet, and then they moved him up to an Afghanistan war vet. So, yeah, I don't know how that works, but yeah. So we'll see. This is interesting. This collects 1 through 6 of Fury Peacemaker. So if you're interested in picking that up, you know, got this for a decent price as well. And I'll have to read that at some point. Again, very quick read. This should take me no more than probably a day or so to get through. All right, some other books that my friends just threw in my hands and told me to buy because they said it was good is the Justice League Midsummer Nightmare. This is by Mark Waid. Little tiny mini paperback here. So, you know, kind of some interesting Justice League stuff. So, again, I haven't really dipped too much into my Justice League collection here. I've read JLA Earth 2. That was for a podcast with my friends, but yeah, aside from that, I don't really have too much else that I've read. So I do have Justice, so I do want to read that at some point. I know that has like the nice Alex Ross art, and I want to read that, you know, just for that artwork alone. But you know, for right now, you know, we have this book as well that I had to the collection there, so really neat. It's nice here, you know, with the stuff I've been buying here with my haul here. A lot of them smaller paperbacks, so it shouldn't take me too long to get through this. It's not like I'm adding a huge backlog of stuff to my collection, which I'm trying to be more and more cognizant of, you know, whenever I go shopping is, you know, I look at the book and I'm like, first of all, can I get through this pretty quickly? And two, I guess first, am I going to enjoy it? And two, is it not going to take me a crap ton of time to go through? So there's that as well. All right. Moving on here, another book that I'm going to start collecting and hopefully finish and find all of them in order is the JLA by Grant Morrison. I picked up volume 1 here. This collects JLA numbers 1 through 9 and JLA Secret Files number 1. So my friends and I want to do a book club for this, but obviously I'm trying to hunt down the volumes as I find them. So yeah, I was tempted to get volume 8, but again, I didn't want to have to be stuck in, you know, having to find all the rest of them in between. So I'd rather find them in order than feel like I'm missing gaps. But you know, we'll see how it goes. I'm not too concerned about you know, finding all of these. I think I'll be able to find them in a decent time. So there's that. So really cool to get that. I think I showed some artwork inside, but there's some more there. Might have been the same page I showed earlier, but whatever. Okay. Let's see here. Some other books as well. Picked up a volume of Suicide Squad by John Ostrander that I needed, and that is volume 5, Apocalypse Now. So really excited to find this. For the longest time, I've had volumes 1, 2, and 3, and 6 of Suicide Squad by John Ostrander, and I've never been able to find 4 and 5. And sure enough, I found this volume of 5 here at the Second and Charles I went to, and then sure enough, I was looking online that next day, and I found volume 4 for $10 on Amazon. So I just went ahead and picked that up, so that should be here by next week. You'll probably see the next haul video there. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, once I get that volume in the mail, I will have the entire John Ostrander run collected in paperback. So definitely been wanting to read this for a while. I've heard a lot of good stuff. You know, obviously Luke McDonnell is the artist throughout most of this run, and I've really enjoyed his artwork, especially during Dennis O'Neill's run on Iron Man. So I'm really excited to see kind of how his artwork translates to the Suicide Squad. I think by this volume, unfortunately though, we have a different artist that takes over, last name of Yale. So you can see here though, it's still really nice, dynamic action going on. And yeah, just really excited to jump into this. I've heard so many good things about this. This is really the only Suicide Squad run I'm gonna probably care to collect, honestly. I just don't really have too much interest in going further down the rabbit hole with that group. I think this classic run is something I'm looking forward to reading for sure. All right, finishing off here, we actually have a couple of Superman books here, and then another book I'll show here too. So the first one here is Superman and a Legion of Superheroes. This, I think, is a precursor to Geoff Johns' run, I want to say, someone told me. So this is another kind of very thin paperback, kind of laying out some stuff here. Looks like the Batcave showing up there. Interesting little thing going on there. But I know my friend, as soon as I bought this, he did send me a whole layout of Geoff Johns, you know, Superman books to kind of track and take a look out for. So I'm sure I'll be hunting more of those down as they come out or as I find them. So yeah, really need to grab this. Another thin paperback to add to the group. Next thing I got here was the second volume of a series that I found about a year ago, actually, at this point, on my last little shopping spree with my friends over in this area. We went to an Ollie's last year that was near this area, and we found a book that was the first volume of this series, which is Superman and Batman. This is volume 2 by Jeff Loeb, Ed McGuinness, and Carlos Pacheco. I can't tell you, this collects issues 14 through 26 of the series, and then I believe after this is when Jeff Loeb jumps off the book. So, you know, I'll see if I can find volume 3, and maybe I'll continue reading this series, but you know, I really do enjoy Jeff Loeb's writing. I think it's gonna be really good. I mean, Ed McGuinness and Carlos Pacheco here look, you know, really, this art looks really dynamic, you know, just really great page flipper work here. So definitely will probably hope to try to read this sometime soon as well. But yeah, really nice to find this for a decent price. I don't think I found this for a decent price online. That's kind of why I was holding out for finding it at a store. So that's good there. Found that for decent there, going there. And then the last one here I bought solely because Jack Kirby is the artist here, but you know, I've been told that this is a really fun book just to read. You know, I've definitely feel like I've grown to appreciate Jack Kirby's work a lot more now recently. You know, it's funny, I was told too that like in these books they actually redid Superman's face, because Jack Kirby obviously has a very distinct art style, and DC wanted Superman to have a certain appearance with his face, so they went and redid it, I guess. But that book is the Jack Kirby Superpowers. This collects it's kind of covered up here by the sticker there, but yeah, I want to say this kind of came out around that or maybe it was later on, but they have this really nice kind of style here for all the Jack Kirby books that have come out from DC, and this is one of them. Obviously you have Jack Kirby's little cartoon of him chomping on a cigar there, But yeah, this is really, really neat stuff. You know, basically just, as my friends call it, kind of just like, you know, superhero cartoons kind of vibes with all this stuff. But he said it's really good, and obviously I'm a huge fan of Jack Kirby. Like I said before, I've really come to enjoy his artwork a lot more recently. I've read through his Black Panther run, which I thought was pretty good, honestly. I know some people kind of hate on it just because it's really out there. Um, but yeah, I've read through that, and obviously I've read, you know, I'm going to be reading I've read his Thor run, which I thought towards the end of his run there was actually really, really like high-end Thor, like Jack Kirby work, I thought. And then obviously I'm really excited to read his Fantastic Four run at some point. But yeah, this is really, really fun. I'm just flipping through this, has me really excited to read this. I think this is going to be a really fun read. Just some great artwork here. So yeah, and fun fact with this cover price for this paperback was $40, which I think is a little expensive there. Got this for $20, and then I had a coupon for 10% off, so I got this for $18, which still think is a little overpriced for this, to be honest. But you know, for Jack Kirby work, you know, I you know, was gonna pass that up. So really cool to get that. Really fun book. I'm gonna look forward to reading there. So gotta thank my friend Mike for the recommendation there. So but yeah, that's my comics here, guys. 24 minutes later, we have it all done. So I'm gonna go put this stuff away here after this haul video, and we'll go through that. But anyways, let's go ahead and, oh, actually, before we do that, I do have one more thing I want to show comic related that I got at Second and Charles, and that is another figure here, and that is the Iron Man Extremis Marvel Legends figure. So I honestly don't collect a lot of these just because I don't have a place to display them. I think I might switch this out with the other Marvel Legends figure I have displayed in my room here, which is the Stealth Armor. But yeah, I picked this up just because I love the Iron Man Extremis armor. Hopefully, like I said, one day, once, you know, Monica and I move into a bigger place, hopefully a townhome or something like that, I do have plans to kind of have my comic and Lego sections or collections separate in our new place. And with that, hopefully I'll be able to display all of my like comic related statues and figures. So one of those is this character here, so really cool to have that in the collection. My friend did tell me too, like, because of some of like the art, or like I guess the detailing, or the way that the characters were created, they actually took away the window where you can look in and see the character. So all you can see here is this. But you know, once I do get a chance to open it up, I'll take a look at it and see what it's all about. But yeah, this is really cool. Another era of Iron Man's collected figures that I have, so really nice to get that. But yeah, anyways, that is my whole haul there for my comics. So let's go ahead and get into the Lego section. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning into the Lego section here. So as I mentioned, I did get a couple sets here a couple weekends ago. I did go to the King of Prussia Lego store just to kind of look around, see what they had. I was kind of disappointed from the last Lego store I went to, which was the one in Newark, which didn't have anything really. So yeah, I was kind of like, well, let me go back to my local Lego store here, see if I can find the one set I've been looking for is Tales of the Space Age, and unfortunately I don't have that here to show to you guys today. Every store I've gone to, it's basically been out of stock, so I think I'm just going to break down and buy it online. It is a Lego store exclusive and Lego.com exclusive as well, so it just makes sense for me to purchase it through there, obviously. But yeah, that's the one set I've been trying to look for. I'm really not looking for a lot of sets right now. A lot of them I'm just waiting for sales to come out here, either through Target or some other place. But yeah, so I do have some other sets I'll show here. The first one I picked up from Lego store is the Lego 40649 upscale Lego minifigure. And I honestly just bought this for the lulz, guys. I think this is just a really funny set. You know, just a giant minifigure. And obviously I think a lot of this is using the base of the giant Hermione and Harry Potter figures that came out a couple years ago. And that's kind of where they came and designed this set. But yeah, just a really fun talking piece to have this giant upscaled figure. And there's a funny little Easter egg. It does come with an actual minifigure of this minifigure here that you can put into the head, and it kind of has some controls in there that let you control the minifigure from the inside. But yeah, the head moves, the arms, the hands move, the legs move. So it functions exactly like a regular minifigure, just in a much larger scale. And I think that's really cool. So I also did get this because this is a Lego, again, this is a Lego exclusive, so I wanted to get that as well. But yeah, really neat. I think this was announced, I thought it was really funny, and I wanted to grab it. So yeah, we'll build this and put it somewhere here in this collection. So really neat there. Got that. And then the second set I bought, I was actually at Walmart yesterday. I was shopping with my family. We were getting some things and just kind of killing time. And I was looking through the Lego section, and they had some clearance stuff. Nothing that really piqued my interest, to be honest. A lot of stuff I already purchased, and nothing I thought was worth purchasing from an investment standpoint, unfortunately. So I kind of passed on that. But there was one set that I wanted to grab, just to hopefully build one day. And I'm probably gonna put this set and keep this set sealed for now. I don't intend on opening this. Maybe I will, I don't know. This was one of those Creator 3-in-1 sets that I grabbed, and that is the Lego 3-1131 Downtown Noodle Shop. So this is another kind of like Creator 3-in-1 modular mid-range set that came out. This was originally for $45. I got it for $32. So a pretty decent discount, I would say. And you know, I think it's pretty cool. You can turn it into either a bike shop or an arcade. I think the preferred model is that noodle shop, which I think looks really nice. And what I do like about this as well is that it can fold into itself, you know, so like you can turn the back side to close in on itself to make a smaller kind of build there. But yeah, the interior looks nice. I like the details. You get some minifigures, you know, so overall pretty solid set. I do have a couple of these, and as I mentioned before, you know, I am breaking down a lot of the sets in my collection into their parts, and just for storage purposes, just so I have more space to work with. And obviously once I, you know, move to a new place, you know, Monica and I move to a newer place, a bigger place, that's when I can hopefully reevaluate some of these sets that I can rebuild and display in my collection. I mean, it'd be nice to have all these like modular sets kind of just like connected all together as like a little like Main Street type of like look for a shelf somewhere. So we'll see. You know, I'm kind of flexible. You know, if I don't have space, I might just end up selling them. You know, I mean, this one I'm thinking about keeping sealed. So we'll see how that works out. But I wanted to pick it up anyway, just for $32. I thought that was a really good deal. So, but yeah, again, like I said before, this is my Lego haul, so not a lot to work with here, not a lot to go over, unfortunately. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. So not a lot of stuff going on, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into the outro here for this haul video. All right, guys, so thank you so much for watching this haul video. Yeah, a lot of good stuff here. You know, it's funny, whenever I go shopping now, it seems like I end up buying more DC stuff than Marvel. It's really interesting because I feel like I buy a lot of DC stuff like when I'm out shopping at stores, and then when it comes to Marvel, I end up buying a lot of that stuff through ordering, you know, through IST or whatever. So it balances itself out in a lot of ways in my collection here, but obviously, you know, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I hope like I said, I hope you guys had a great holiday weekend for those who are in the United States, and you know, for those who aren't, I hope you have a great rest of your week here, a great rest of your July, and I will talk to you guys on the flip side. Peace.